What's going on, guys? United Gaming back in our MLB The Show 22 video. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you the best XP method in MLB The Show 22. But before we get into that, 75% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you could hit that sub button, that would truly mean a lot. Let's get into it. So, as you can see, the future of the franchise program is ending, and the new SIZZLING summer program will be coming out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm super excited for it. 3 bosses have been revealed already. We got 96 TAKASHI, Honus Wagner, 96 TAKASHI, Stan Musial, 96 TAKASHI, Raleigh Fingers. A ton of good cards right there. And you're going to want to get these cards as fast as possible because these cards are just going to be amazing. So I'm going to be telling you guys the best XP method to get them as fast as you can. So first thing we're going to do is we want to leave Dynasty, go up to the Create tab, then we want to go to Vaults. We're going to want to go to Roster Vault, where we're going to want to sort by downloads and descending. Once we're here, we'll go over to the second page, and boom, you'll see United XP Roach Show Position Player. You can also search. You can just go and search United, and boom, it'll also pop up. You will get a roster that you are going to be using for this XP method. So let's search it. Boom, right there. We are going to go, and we just want to download the roster. You want to go. I don't know why I'm lagging so badly, but you want to go download the roster. Once you do that, you are going to go down here to Road to the Show, and you are going to start a new Road to the Show. I'm going to set up your ball player. Now, there's multiple ways you can do it. If you're a first baseman, you'll get the most XP based on time, and it'll take a little longer, but it's probably the most boring of the method, but it's probably the most effective. And then you have other positions, and you can use any other position you want, and this method is a lot more fun, in my opinion. It's a lot more mindless that you have to do, and it's basically, it's easier. So we have mindless method and we have grind method. So we're going to show you guys both those methods. We're just going to use the same account for it. So we're just going to use this account, which is using a first baseman, because that's just easier, because it doesn't really matter what position. So you want to load saved rosters down here. Once you are loading your saved roster, you want to load United XP Roach Show Position Player. Make sure you're loading that roster up, so that way you are getting the wrong roster. Then you're going to not listen to Ben Gallman talk, and you're going to have to go through this long cutscene. Once you're in this cutscene, next thing you're going to want to do, this is the important part, you want to click the second option. There's one team referred for more than a couple of times. This is the option you want to pick. Let me guess, the Cubs. And basically, you have to do this guessing game until you get to the Yankees. Once you get to the Yankees, that is the one. So we're going to say, no, it's an American League club. Boom. Yes, we want to play for the Yankees. You want to play for the Yankees. Basically a guessing game until you get to the Yankees. You don't play the Yankees, the method won't work. Let's skip right past all this. This is not important. You got to go through these cutscenes every time. Boom. We just got drafted by the Yankees. It's 100% guarantee you're always going to get drafted by the Yankees if you end up picking them. Something's bugging out of my controller for some reason. I don't know why. I hope it's okay. But here we go. We got to skip this cutscene here. No point going through all that. We got to go until the first game of the season. It's going to get a bunch more pop-ups. We're going to go play next. And actually, I'm going to have to spam circle in a second, because we don't want to quite play this game yet. I want to go over some more things with you guys real quickly. So once we've done that, we want to go to League. And this is only if you're on next-gen consoles, PS5 or the Xbox Series X. You want to go to Stadium Assignment, and you want to set your home stadium and all the other stadiums in AA to a Juice Stadium. And I know we're going to be playing the Fighting Phils first, so we're just going to go onto this, and we are going to, let's see, we're going to just want to go to basically a Juice Stadium with max elevation and basically low walls, and shorten as you can. And once you've done that, basically it's a lot easier to hit home runs, so that's what I recommend. So let's go over grind method real quick. This is not mindless method. This takes a little longer. So we're going to go to settings and mode specific. So once we are here, we want, hold on, I want to change something real quick. We got boom. Alright, so fielding opportunities should be on all. You should have base opportunities on lead runner. Those are the two things for Road to Show. You want lead runner and fielding opportunities on all. This is only going to work if you're a first baseman. If your Road to Show position player is not a first baseman, you do not want fielding opportunities on all. It's not worth it. Only if you're a first baseman do you want your fielding opportunities on all. But for both methods, you should have base running opportunities on lead runner. Just gives you some extra XP. Then we have the other one, which is casual, and we're going to go over it real quick. And you want fielding opportunities on none, and base running opportunities either on none or on lead runner. It's really up to you if you want that extra XP to try and get, but it doesn't really matter. If you're doing it more mindless and you don't really want the base running opportunities on, we're just going to have them on for the purpose of showing you what to do. So we're going to go over grind method real quickly, and let's get into a full game. Now, double XP is on, so our XP numbers are going to be a little skewed. So just keep that in mind. It's just a little skew. It's not that bad. It's just a slight little difference, slight little increase in XP, and I already know all these numbers. If you're doing this method, it takes about 7 innings to get not 7 innings, what I'm talking about, 7 minutes for an entire game. Because fielding opportunities, between hitting, fielding opportunities, and all that stuff, it takes a lot longer. One more thing for grind method that I did not mention. You want your hitting difficulty on Hall of Fame or All-Star or whatever one you feel more comfortable on. You're going to get a lot more XP if you do it on Hall of Fame or Legend because you get more XP depending on that. So I recommend doing it on Hall of Fame. That's what I do it on, and in my opinion, that's the way it works the best. So Hall of Fame if you're doing grind method. So basically how it works is you get XP just from stepping on first base. Boom, you make the play, you get XP just from running first base. So that's some extra mindless XP that you don't have to do. But when you get up to the plate to hit, like right here, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to hit. Now these pitchers are super easy still, but you're not guaranteed to hit 4 home runs a game. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to get those hits. But then again, it's Max LV Stadium, and if your creative player is good, there should not be much issue at all. Now, you get about 3,000 XP per game while doing this method. It takes about 7 minutes, so you get about 24,000 XP per hour. That is your conversion rate. I'm just memorize these numbers because I just know this method in and out of my own head. So we're not going to do this entire thing because that's just a waste of time. This takes a while. So this is the #1 method if you do want to get a ton of XP really fast. Now it says I got 1,000 XP and I only played half the game. That's not going to be accurate. You're only going to get about 600 XP if you're playing like I just did, because double XP is currently enabled, won't be enabled. But yeah, 3,000 XP per game is what you usually get. And that's really varying on fielding opportunities, how many times you get to hit, and that number can vary, but I'm going to steady around 25,000 XP, but it can get upwards of 30,000 XP. Next thing we're going to take a look at is going to be mindless method. This has recently been my favorite method because it's just so easy to do. And one thing I forgot to mention, you want your gameplay on beginner or rookie. You want it on one of those lower difficulties, whichever one you feel like you can still hit bombs at. You also want your hitting interference you don't want PCI on, you want it to be on directional. So that way you only have to press one button and boom, you've hit a home run. That is one of the best parts about this method. You can only press one button. So it says my PCI is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I don't know why it's on. Where is it? Hitting interference zone. Oh, it's locked on. Alright, whatever. Guess I'm going to have to deal with it. I guess it doesn't really matter. You don't need to move your PCI. I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to keep it right in the middle, and I was way out in front of that. So hold up. Hopefully it'll let me change it now. Yep, we wanted to go on directional. We want on directional. But yeah, it comes in super slow. You got all day to react. Basically what you do is hit a bunch of home runs. These games take about 1 to 2 minutes. I usually point this thing up. I'll do this little thing with my analog stick, and I just point it up to make it more chance to go on a home run. You get about 1,000 XP per game on this. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes. This one you get about, it's really game dependent on what this one. You get about 6 homers in a game. That's when you're guaranteed your 1,000 XP. And usually, sometimes you'll get that. Sometimes you only get 4 at-bats. It's really dependent on how the rest of your team does sometimes, which is a little unfortunate that it's some RNG based. But we're going to go, it's basically the same number. It's about 20,000, 25,000 XP. This one does have opportunities for bigger ones depending on how well your games do. If your team does so amazing, then you can get a ton of XP by doing this. But that's only if your team does absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to go over another ways that you can get some bonus XP doing this, and why you want base running opportunities on, not just for XP from stealing bases, and why grind method might be a little bit more better down the line. I'll explain that once we get there. We're just going to play out this game so I can show you how much XP we actually get. You're just going to have to trust me on grind method because I am not doing all that. That takes forever, and that's like, it's one of those methods that where you gotta really grind on it. It's not the most fun method. This one's fun because you get to hit a bunch of bombs. You get to hit a bunch of home runs over and over and over again. That's fun. Some of these other methods and the other method, not so much. But boom, that's probably going to be our last home run of the game, considering it's the 9th inning. I'm going to take a guess that's our last home run of the game in a grand slam. And yup, since we got 1,000 XP, I think that number's a little, actually, we should get about 700 XP. That's probably because I got a single in the first inning. That's probably why. Yeah, it says we should get about 700 XP, excluding double XP. That's for one game, and that took, what, like a minute and a half? So multiply that up to 60, you get a ton more time. And we're going to explain the programs now that allow you to get even more bonus XP once I have to listen to my hitting coach. Shut up, hitting coach. Nobody cares. Alright, anyway. Moving back into my ball player. We want to go to loadout and we want to go to item program. As you can see, you get XP throughout this program. Tons and tons of it. So you can basically stack up an XP. And you get further in this program by doing these missions. You plate appearance, you get putouts, you get assists, you get hits, you get extra base hits, you get stolen bases, and you get extra base hits again. So it isn't just hitting. There's only really 3 repeatable hitting ones. So that's why you also kind of for grind method, you kind of want to do putouts. It's easy to get putouts a ton as a first baseman because every single ground ball is a putout. Stolen base, that's why you want my lean runner on in case you only hit a single and no one else is on base. And this is going to be a program for even if you're not diamond. If you're a gold, this is a program. This is a program for gold. You just get less XP. If you're silver, it's a program. You just get less XP. But yeah, basically a diamond is the best level it can be. You get the most XP for doing it on diamond level, but you can't repeat it. You got to do different types of archetypes if you want to do it differently. Let's see here. If I let's see where I think I gotta go to a different player. Let me change my ball player real quick, and then I'll go over some of the other ways you can do it. There's only so many times you can do those programs though. They're not unlimited. They're for a while. You can have them for a while. So let's go over to Rick Vaughn, my other guy. And let's see, take a look here. He has a spark plug, and there's separate programs for this where the XP numbers stay the same, but you can do it differently. Basically, it's set up slightly differently. There's speed, there's contact, and there's power. I did the power one. I'm working on the contact one right now. That's all the things you can do to get extra XP, and this is just bonus XP. I'm not adding this to any of the XP hourly totals as well. So anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, did find it useful, please hit that like button and subscribe. Like I said, only 25% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you're not a part of that number, I'd appreciate it so much if you hit that sub button. Anyway, I'm your gaming. See you next one. Peace. Thank you so much for watching.